I assumed everyone was just going to know something. Like the bare basic. They were burning water in They were burning water in first year.
But, you know, made it work. I'm sure they survived. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Hi, I'm Holly and welcome to Help I'm Going to Uni by Cardiff Met, where each episode I'll be chatting to a uni student about their university experience. Today I'm joined by third year Biomedical Science student Claudia. Hi, Claudia. Lovely to see you.
And you.
Okay, so let's get straight into it. So before you came to uni, how are you feeling?
I was kind of nervous, I think, pretty much because I hadn't actually stayed away from home before.
Yeah.
Other than that, I was kind of more excited than anything. It was a bit weird when I started because it was still COVID regulations. Yeah. I had no idea what I was getting myself into.
No.
I think I'd managed to squeeze in like one campus tour before I came. I had no idea about anyone else that was going to Cardiff because I was the only one from my college coming to Cardiff Met.
Really?
So I had no idea about any of that. But
No, I was going to say, I feel like quite a lot of people from my college came to Cardiff Met, but like, I hadn't seen the campus really, hadn't seen accommodation.
I had no clue.
What would you say you were most nervous about, like accommodation or like actual uni, like campus-wise, like I would say lectures?
Probably more accommodation because lectures I just kind of felt like, oh, well, it's education. It rolls on.
Yeah,
you know
it's like
sort
of like you've been doing this for like the past like 17 years.
I mean, my whole life has revolved around science subjects.
Yeah.
It was nothing new. So I was like, okay, well, I was just kind of excited more to see what it was that I was actually going to be studying. But accommodation is like living with people.
Yeah, and like moving out of home for the first time.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a bit of a funny one, I've got to say. But I'd say accommodation probably more over actual uni.
Yeah, no, I agree. I back that. Although when I came, I was doing fashion. I had never done anything fashion-y before, so it was a complete stab in the dark for me. But made it work. Here we are.
Made it work. Yeah. There you are.
Exactly. So were you nervous about like moving to a new city? Had you like been in Cardiff before? Like...
I had visited Cardiff once. I'd applied to several different places, so I wanted to stay close to home. Yeah. So it was all cities that were like Taunton. I'm from Taunton, so it's about an hour and a half away from Cardiff. But I'd applied to universities that were like all within about an hour, 2 hours distance because I did want to be close.
Yeah.
So Cardiff was one of the places that like I knew about it, but we just never actually gotten round to ever going. Yeah. So we're like, okay, well, I've just applied to a university. Yeah. I've now been accepted to that university. Might want to maybe visit there before I actually start. Idea. So I'd been literally once or twice beforehand just to have a little look at the city, have a little look at the area, get used to. I remember my parents took me up and we parked at the cathedral and we walked from campus to accommodation and then back again so I knew where I was going.
That's smart to be fair, because on the first day of uni, like once we had moved into halls, like we were walking to campus and like we were all just like, where are we going?
I felt so smart because I was like, no guys, it's fine.
You're like, it's this way. Like it's a very easy walk, might I add. Like you find
not
it super
even
easy.
hard.
No, it's not hard.
It's not even hard.
But just like it was like the whole like, where are we? Like there's a cathedral here. Like what's going on? It's a lovely walk, but very random.
Very
random walk from like uni accommodation.
It's not what you expect because you sort of assume like universities or cities and big and stuff, and then you're just in this little village.
It's really nice.
These little houses. Yeah. It's really cute. But yeah, I'd been to Cardiff once or twice. So I don't know. I mean, I wasn't really nervous about moving to the city. It was just kind of how I was going to deal with moving away from home because that's not something that I'd ever done. But then because I wasn't that far away, I just figured if I don't make a big deal out of it, if that makes sense.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till I make it.
I feel like that is going to be a common theme of these episodes is at the start of uni, everything you just have to fake it till you make it. Like
didn't know anything. No. Still don't know anything. Yeah. I think I do.
You just got to act confident. Act as if you're calm and collected and the energy will follow through, fingers crossed.
And then you'll be fine. But yeah, so I think it was just sort of don't make a big deal out of it. And then I'd also set myself a rule, which I got from my A-level biology teacher. She'd had like 3, I think, kids go to university beforehand. And she told me, don't come home during term because it will make it worse. Only come home like during the little Christmas and Easter holidays. Yeah. I thought, okay, that sounds really, really horrible, but I stuck it out.
Did you stick to it?
I did stick it out, and it did actually help.
Really?
It did help, because I figured the more I keep going home, then I don't actually end up settling.
Yeah, I feel like that's so true. I'm from Cornwall, so it was like, I live like a 4-hour drive away.
Yeah,
So it's like going home like it's much more of a trek. So I never had that problem, but I feel like all my friends that live close, they did try and set themselves a task of like, stay at uni.
It was hard for a bit.
Yeah.
I would say like the first month or so was like, I just want to go home. But eventually, like now, it's just become the norm.
Yeah, like this
packing
is just
up
life now.
and moving back is just not a big deal.
No, I get you. But yeah, I would say it is, like, halls is scary, but like, and moving away is scary, but like, it's definitely the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Like, coming to uni, best thing I've ever done.
Best thing ever.
Like, I would not change it at all. So what about like living in halls, like cooking? Are you good at cooking? Into cooking?
I cook.
Do you?
Holly, I cook.
Mm-hmm.
Let her cook. I cook.
Let her cook.
Let her cook. Yeah, no, I've always been quite big. I've grown up with parents that cook, so I've just kind of picked up little bits from them. I always knew when I was going away from home, I cannot live off of packet meals, because I did that.
Not.
I did that when I moved in. I was like, okay, I'll be nice to myself. I'll just buy myself one or two so I can settle in.
Yeah.
No. No, never again. Never ever again. I got to a stage where it's like, if I put any more of that in my system, I think it might shut down.
Yeah, you're like, especially, oh my God, like in freshers and stuff, your body's on the brink sometimes.
The amount of
anyway.
pizza that I ate from the Plasquin pizza night.
The Plasquin pizza night.
Literally,
absolutely
I think
amazing.
I've had like 2 Dominoes in my life before I came.
Really?
And the amount that I consumed.
Oh, it's amazing.
Was grim. It was amazing.
Honestly, go to Plasquin, they give out free Dominoes.
They do give out free Dominoes.
It's always an occasion to be celebrated.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm very into my cooking. I feel like I've grown up, like, my dad is really into his cooking, so I was really into cooking. So coming to uni, like, I remember some of my flatmates literally could not even, like, do the bare minimum. Like, people Googling, like, how to, like, boil an egg and stuff, or, like, how to... I don't even know, but I was literally, like... Because I love cooking, like, I literally love it so much. I didn't...
From scratch?
Yeah, same. And I thought everyone liked cooking.
That's what
like,
I
in my
assumed.
Family, like, we're quite like that. Oh, my sister hates cooking, but, like...
I assumed everyone was just going to know something. Like, the bare basic. They were burning water in first year. They were burning water in first year.
You're like, this is not the vibe. Yeah.
No.
But, you know, made it work. I'm sure they survived. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
So, let's move on to some quick fire questions. This is my favourite bit. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Best thing you've ever eaten?
I actually have no idea. I could not choose.
What's, like, your favourite food then?
My favourite food? Oh, it's a cross between Italian and Indian, because that's what I've been raised on.
Nice.
So I'd have to go with that.
Yeah. If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
Somewhere warm.
We've been getting some rough
Somewhere
weather
warm.
At the moment.
It's been so rough. Like, I'm shivering. It's the middle of summer.
Literally, this ain't the vibe. What's your favourite thing to do in Cardiff?
Coffee shop study dates with my friends. Yeah.
That's very mature.
Very mature.
Very studious.
Park Place Costa is where you'll find us panicking over usually genetics. It seems to have been this term.
That's rough.
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing science.
But that would be my
Not
favourite.
the one for me. Which school subject did you dread the most and why?
I would say geography.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't take it as a GCSE. I hated it and I could not wait to get rid of it. It was... We always had a joke. I don't know if this is like a nationwide thing, but we used to call it colouring in.
I cannot. I loved... We have, like, it's a running thing with my friends. Like, if I was not doing a fashion design degree, I'd be doing a geography degree.
Really?
I love geography. I literally have a passion for geography.
No.
I love it.
Boring. I was a history girl.
See, I did both at GCSE. I did double humanity, but...
No.
I love geography. The geography slander is making me emotional. Your go-to ice cream flavour?
Honestly, vanilla, because you can do so much with it.
Fair. I get that. Have you ever had Joe's in Cardiff?
Yeah.
I always get the vanilla from Joe's. If you're ever in Cardiff, go to Joe's Ice Cream.
I like vanilla.
Fair. I respect that. What's a hobby you've always wanted to pick up?
Dance.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you could meet any fictional character, who would it be and why?
Oh my goodness. Literally anybody off of Grey's.
Fair. Oh, I used to love Grey's Anatomy.
Love Grey's.
Absolutely. Oh, it's so biomedical of you as well.
I know. Very on brand.
Yeah, that is very on brand. No, I love that. City life or countryside?
Ooh. This is going to go against me being raised in Taunton in the countryside, but I'm going to have to go with city.
No, I'm the same. I'm
like a country break, but city.
Yeah, no, me too. I raised in like rural Cornwall, but I'm like city life.
City life. Mm-hmm.
What would you buy with your last £10?
I have no idea. No. Oh, these are so hard.
Someone the other day said a lottery ticket, and I thought that was pretty smart.
I mean, that's quite smart.
But also risky.
But very risky, yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm so bad at this.
Yeah. I'll probably go to the charity shops. Get some enjoyment, Lynn. Yeah, you know. Have you ever binge watched an entire series in one day?
I mean, I've binged, well, I was going to say Grey's. Actually, I binged the spin-off Private Practice within 2 weeks.
Did you? I've not seen Private Practice. Is it good?
It's quite good. Once you get into it, it's quite good.
Yeah, because me and my sister used to be obsessed with Grey's, and then she got really into Private Practice, but I never did.
Yeah, it's okay. Once you get into it, it's good.
But not as good as Grey's.
No.
Fair. What makes you smile the most? It's very positive.
That is really positive. Making other people smile, which sounds really, really corny.
No, that's lovely. I like that. I like that. And what's the best piece of advice you've received?
Wow. Yeah, honestly, probably fake it till you make it.
Yeah,
because that's what everybody else is doing. That's what everybody else is doing.
Definitely. What's your guilty pleasure?
Binge watching a series.
You like binge watching Grey's,
but with junk food.
You
got to be with junk food.
Yeah. Right. So that concludes our quickfire questions.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So now on to you. Tell me a bit about yourself. So you said you're from Taunton.
Yeah.
Do you like growing up in Taunton? What's the vibe like? I don't think I've ever been, other than to like swap trains onto a different train.
Grim train station, and then to be honest,
I was at the train station the other day there for like 40 minutes in the sweltering heat, and I spent like £4 on a tiny bottle of orange juice from like the Starbucks or something. Or the
that would be about accurate.
Like,
got to be honest, not my favourite.
Yeah.
I've kind of realised that more since coming to university. I always knew that I wanted to get out. It's so small.
Yeah, being from like somewhere small is hard.
If that's what you're into, then
yeah,
great. But like, I always knew that there was more to life than like tiny little Taunton, as I put it.
Yeah. But
I did not realise quite how much more there was to life than just tiny little Taunton. And now when I go back, I'm like, oh my God, where is everything?
Literally, one of the worst things I find when I go back to Penzance is there's no like delivery on Uber Eats.
There's nothing.
And it's like, if I wake up with like a raging hangover, like at my mum and dad's house, I'm like,
now what?
Now what? Now what? We're such an ingredient household as well. There's never any snacks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I just wither away? Like, honestly, that is
I would say growing up in Taunton.
Yeah.
I didn't always fit in to society. So I think going away to university was much nicer because there were a lot more people and it was a lot more diverse.
Yeah, no.
So I think that's probably what I would say about Taunton. It's not all bad, and I have a lot of people there that I care about very dearly. But
you prefer Cardiff.
I prefer Cardiff. And unfortunately, there are more people here than there are back home.
Yeah.
That I would sort of stick around for, if that makes sense.
I know what you mean. I fully get that. I feel like coming from a small town, it can be rough.
It's very small town mindset.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing I like about Cardiff as well, though, is that I feel like Cardiff's a good stepping stone city, is what I say to people.
I always say.
Because it's like
you've
big
got
enough.
The big city.
Yeah. But it's also small enough that like when you're moving to uni it doesn't feel overly intimidating.
It can be towny. Do you know what I mean? You can have the sort of quiet little life and you can also have the big city life. Yeah. And I like the fact that there's both.
No, I like that too. Yeah. So why did you choose Cardiff Met?
Why did I choose Cardiff Met? That's a great question.
Yeah. Like I just felt it.
Ask myself every day. No, I don't. So I liked Cardiff as a city. I'd looked at Cardiff University just for sort of other courses.
Yeah.
I'd already applied to one there and I needed a fifth choice. And I thought, well, what other cities are there that are kind of close by to home? And there wasn't really a university that was kind of taking my fancy, if you will. Nothing was really appealing. I thought, actually, do you know what? I like the sound of Cardiff, even though I've literally never been.
We've just got that good energy here. You can just tell.
Got the intuition. Yeah. But I liked the idea of Cardiff.
Yeah.
Even from like all of the online open days, it just kind of seemed very friendly.
Yeah,
very
I was going to
welcoming.
say, I feel like we give a very friendly vibe.
It's very homey.
It is.
Do you know what I mean? And so I liked that. I thought, okay, well, where else is there in Cardiff? Because obviously I knew about Cardiff Uni.
Yeah.
And then I literally looked up biomedical science courses. Like that's how rough application
was. Yeah, you were just like reaching in the dark.
And I thought, okay, where else is there? And so I looked up just sort of biomedical science courses and it pulled up a list of, I can't even remember how many. And so I sort of crossed off the universities I'd already applied to, anywhere that was too far away. And it really did whittle down to like a few. There were a couple in London and I thought, okay, maybe, but who can afford to live in London with Student Finance England?
Literally.
Not me. So
real.
So, and then Cardiff Met came up on the list and I thought, okay, that's in Cardiff. Cool. I didn't know much about them. And so I did a little bit of research, and the more I looked at the course, because branding moment here, we're double accredited. So very important.
Very important.
I feel like I'm about to give my programme director speech here. So the Royal Society of Biology, RSB, And the Institute of Biomedical Science, IBMS, accredit our course, which means that I can go on to work as a biomedical scientist because I've got all the different modules.
Yeah. Wow.
At the time, I didn't quite realise how important that was, but I did see, it's like, okay, these are two big bodies, and I've heard of both of them.
So you're like, this must be important.
This must be important, exactly. And there were, because it was all COVID, there were no people to talk to.
Yeah.
There were little videos online that a couple of my lecturers had done. And so I watched them. I was like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, do you know what? They seem like really nice people. Let's just apply here.
I honestly kind of can relate. Like, when I had my uni interviews, they were all on Teams because of COVID.
Yeah.
And my one for Cardiff Met, like, the lecturer that I spoke to, she doesn't work here anymore, but she was so lovely.
Yeah.
And just, like, her vibe and just, like, how she spoke about the course, I was like, she seems really nice. I'm going to go there.
Literally,
and honestly, so good choice. Like, everyone here is so lovely.
They are. I didn't have an
vibes.
interview for my course, so I hadn't met anybody. And it wasn't until, I think it was probably what was meant to be an applicant day.
Yeah.
Because that was on Teams, and it was with my programme director, and I think there was one for health, exercise and nutrition, our little sister course. There was a programme director for that as well. And then I think they'd had like an old student come in just to sort of sit and chat. And I was really nervous about that for some reason. Not because I had to do any talking, or they couldn't even see it was me. We didn't have to have cameras or anything. But it's like, this is the university that I've chosen. And I'd accepted the offer beforehand.
Yeah, so it was like, if I don't like this,
exactly.
It's
it's like, well, if I don't like this, it's too late. But they were literally the nicest people I have ever met.
Yeah.
So I feel like at that moment, I was like, yeah, I've definitely made the right choice.
Yeah, no, definitely. So what would you say are your best places to go? Like, that you would recommend, or just your favourite place to go in Cardiff?
Park Place Costa.
You're like, I love Park Place Costa.
I love Park Place Costa. I will be an ambassador for Park Place Costa. Honestly, I've spent too many hours in there.
Yeah.
And also the Art and Social Sciences Library from Cardiff Uni. I've spent too many hours in there as well.
Oh my God, I was in there writing my dissertation.
ASSL for the dissertation was tough.
Academic vibes in there are scary though.
I would say those are like my two most visited places.
What about like fun places?
Fun places?
Places, you know, let a bit of steam off, let your hair down, or like go and relax, like in the park or anything. Like,
honestly, I've only just started doing that this year.
Really?
Towards the end of the year, me and my friends sort of set ourselves like, oh, we finished writing our dissertation. Let's go have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
First exam that we finished, we went out, saw a film, just kept it very low key, got some food, got a film.
Yeah.
And then the final exam, we're like, we'll party a little bit.
You're like, let's get drunk. Yeah. Me after every deadline. I'm like,
honestly, I've never done that. Which sounds like, oh no, I've never done that before. No, I actually haven't.
Oh my God, no way.
I know. It kind of scares
me.
I did have fun.
Where did you go?
My flat.
Oh.
Yeah, I
nice.
know. Not too extreme. After our dissertation, exactly. After our dissertation, we went to Golf Fang, Roxy Lanes,
nice.
And then we finished off in Central. What's the word for it? Central Bar. Spoons.
Central Bar, the spoons.
Central
there.
Bar.
Yeah, no, I
forgot the word then. Yeah, Central Bar spoons. That was fun.
Spoons.
Such a nice spoons. The little booths.
Yeah, it's a good spoons.
So we did that, and then first exam, like I said, went to see a film. I think we got a Nando's. That was quite fun.
Nice.
Couple of drinks, very low key, and then I think we were back by like 6:30. It was a really, really safe and wholesome day. Well, we'd finished our exam at like 12:30, and by the end of it, we're all sort of in a circle staring at each other like, I think
let's
it's
tap
time
out
to
now.
go.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like the adrenaline as well before an exam, like
very
it exhausts
much.
You.
And then the final exam, we're like, okay, what should we do? So like, do you know what? Little games night, that'll be fun.
Nice.
We changed the location so many times to the point where it's like, do you know what? We'll just do it around mine because I'm really lucky. I've got such a big living room in my flat.
Perfect.
There are literally only 3 of us living there. So there's so much space.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, we'll come around mine. So we bought all our drinks, bought all our snacks, ordered in a pizza, played some board games, drunk pirate. That's a good one. That's about as crazy as I've gotten in 3 years, which is probably kind of sad on most people's standards.
Focus on your studies.
Focus on my studies.
Yeah. Are you doing a master's, did you say?
Yeah, I am.
Get crazy on your master's.
Get crazy on my master's.
That's my
Holly, if I have time to get crazy on my master's.
Me, who's like never doing a master's, because I would love to do a master's if it wasn't for the academic writing.
I'm kind of laughing at myself, I can't lie.
Talking, I would think I would do it. But...
Yeah, little yapping degree.
Yeah, if I could get a degree in yapping.
I would.
I
would do that. It was a bit of a last minute decision, I'll be honest, because there were a couple of things that I had in mind and they just sort of didn't work out. And in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, I could do a master's because I knew about the masters here and I'd already decided if all else fails, I will come back and do my master's.
Yeah.
But the more I thought about doing something else other than biomedical science, I kind of got a little bit sad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, I do quite like it
like
here.
thing.
And so I thought, okay, maybe I'll just look elsewhere, because a couple of my lecturers had said, like, spread your wings and go explore the world.
I'm literally like, but I like Cardiff Met.
But I like Cardiff Met.
Literally,
and
that's
so
so
I
real.
did look at a couple of other courses, and it's like, you don't even offer what I want.
Yeah.
But Cardiff Met does.
So
it's
perfect. Match me in
why
heaven.
fix something that isn't broken? Do you
That's
know what
so
I mean?
real. Yeah.
So I decided to stay here, which I am happy about. What I'm going to do afterwards,
don't
have a clue.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a couple of plans, but
like,
don't have a clue.
No.
Nothing's set in stone.
No, I wish I wanted to do a master's because I didn't want to leave uni. Like, we graduate in like a month, and I'm like,
we graduate in a month.
I ain't ready for this. I'm like, please let me stay. Like, I don't want to go.
I'll be honest, I do get a little bit itchy when I'm not reading. I get a bit bored. It's sad. I will. It is a sad.
We've got an academic weapon on today. Is this
academic
serious?
butter knife at this point.
That's funny. I like that.
But honestly, I mean, I was a weapon in like my first year, and at this point, it's like, please make it stop.
Yeah,
that dissertation killed me.
No,
it really
so real.
did. It took it out of me. But now I've got nothing else to do. It's like, oh, I could do a bit of pre-reading, couldn't I?
You're like, oh, let's prepare for my master's.
Because I know what I need to read. That's the problem. I've got all of my lecture
girl.
notes in place.
Yeah.
Like, and what if just a little bedtime reading, read about a bit of blood disorders? How sad is that?
She's an academic weapon. This is serious.
It's got to be said, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, masters it is. I've got to be honest, I'm kind of laughing at myself, can't lie. This time next year, I'll be back into the dissertation writing again. I haven't stopped complaining about my bachelor's one yet, so
yeah.
Can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, well, I wish you luck for that.
Thank you.
And on that note, let's wrap it up today. Thank you so much, Claudia, for coming and chatting to me.
Thank you for having me.
Very much appreciate it. This has been Help, I'm Going to Uni by Cardiff Met. I'm Holly, and we will see you next time.